Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome. Oh, if you saw that, that is Bindi. She's got herself all tangled up in underneath my sculpture there. Oh dear, she's a bit of a character like that. Loves to get into small spaces. Yeah, the traditional custodians, the Worimi First Nations people. And while you're looking at it, it's a wire sculpture. And what I've draped over it today is a scarf that I saw, oh gosh, about 2 decades ago. Absolutely loved. Not a scarf person. I think I've probably worn it all of about 3 times. But it is literally just strands of a ball of yarn, wool, whatever you like to call it, cut into lengths and tied into a knot in the middle. So if you're looking for something to do, I went looking a while back for around the same time for another one of those for somebody I wanted to buy it for. Couldn't find it anywhere. So if you're looking for something creative to do that to perhaps make a few dollars, fabulous idea. Okay, what do I want to have a look at? Well, I'm actually going to have a look. Oh, I can't believe I'm going here. Felon's health. Now, I do apologise if I sound like I've been singing in a smoky nightclub. I'm up to the, lungs coming up stage of this cold. But I do notice I'm not coughing. That's really interesting. While I'm doing these videos, it'll be interesting to see if I start coughing shortly. So I been looking for the Orange Idiot's schedule to see what he's been up to, because he has not been seen publicly since he had the cabinet meeting on May the 28th. So if we go May 28th, he had the only thing he had was an hour-long theoretical cabinet meeting. That was the only thing he had on the 28th. On the 29th, nothing. Executive time, alleged policy meeting. Now that information has come out about that in regards to what's happening in Persia, but he didn't announce it. He hasn't been seen. It's just been announced that he said. And then apparently participates in a pre-taped interview. So putting out pre-taped videos of the Orange Idiot. So just be aware that this is something that they'll be doing more and more often as they're trying to cover up his health. So what have we got? May the 30th. Policy meeting, allegedly closed lid for signing executive orders. He just remember he went absolutely nutso when Biden signed executive orders showing it was a sign of a weak leader, and yet that's all he does. And I did get before the November event a couple of years back that if he got in, it would be literally ruled by royal decree. So they are saying on his schedule, his official schedule, that he's actually being involved in a few things, but none of it public. And then when I go into his actual schedule, there is nothing from Monday onwards. So I'm just going to have a quick look. Let's have a look at what is happening with the Orange Idiot. Now, interestingly enough, Bondi went into apparently threw Blanche fully under the bus. Bondi, yeah, Knight of Swords, some harsh truths. She might have been speaking a little rashly, perhaps, but I think she's actually come out aggressively, and as she moves on from the abuse of power and finds herself on the back foot trying to defend her position. She fully threw Blanche. The felons, and there's the Ten of Swords, poked itself out at me. Yep, she fully threw Blanche under the proverbial bus, blaming everything on him, and came out and said, as he was acting as the Orange Idiot's personal attorney. Well, we know that, but gee, nothing like hearing it from the lips of someone like Bondi. Okay, I'm using these two decks, the Trip and Wait Tarot and the Trip and Wait Extras, which means it's extra fat, which means there are extra cards in it. I just want to have a look. The Orange Felon. Now, okay, seeing footage of the cage fight being constructed in front on the White House lawn. Oh my goodness. Really, I am instantly transported back to the fall of Rome. And if you think about the fall of Rome, and this card keeps showing it to me, the Temperance card, trying to create alchemy, juggling from cup to cup, the Ace of Swords, somebody's gone down with the Four of Swords, and there might be a hint of messaging about it with the Page of Wands. So we've got the Temperance card. How on earth do we spin this? Because the truth of the sword going through the crown, because somebody is not upright. I'm not saying he's passed, he's just not upright. There might be a hint of messaging that comes out in regards to that. So, and then we've got this abuse of power, betrayal, deceit, lies that people aren't going to believe. And there may be some action that is taken to force the truth, because like, make them come. We want to see them publicly live. There might be some action being taken here, or this could be a doctor, because it's also a doctor, a surgeon, and we've got the Two of Pentacles trying to juggle his health. The cage fight, sorry, having a Lena moment there. The cage fight is very much, I was instantly transported back to the fall of Rome, the fall of the empire. Now, things are really, really sped up, so it's not going to take as long as the fall of Rome, because we're not trying to pass the messages on via slow horseback anymore. It's literally all instant. But when Rome was in its worst, like Rome is literally so corrupt, so desiccating, so degrading from within, and I'm talking about the rulers and stuff of Rome, the ruling class, their answer to it was distract the populace by funding endless games in the forums. Gladiators, lions, throw the Christians to the lions, elephants, crocodiles, you name it. Their solution was to distract the people with games, Three of Cups. Distracting the people with, something that they can get excited about, because they're currently in this, the moneyed carpetbaggers, whatever you like to call them, the Epps class, are in this nightmare situation, and they know that the end is nigh. Now, apparently Steiner in California went on in an interview with Bezos, having a whinge about how the poor billionaires are getting the rough end of the stick. What? So hopefully that is going to put Steyer in a bit of a exposed position. Okay, so what I want to have a look at is, tell me about the lack of schedule, or schedule, depending on where you are in the world, the lack of schedule for the Orange Idiot. What is really going on? The lack of schedule for the Orange Idiot. Now you want me to keep shuffling? You're not there yet? Now your guide's as bossy as mine. The lack of schedule for the Orange Idiot. What do we need? And that's when they're telling me to stop. What do we need to know? Come on down. Let's have a look. Oops, that was a bit quick. Sorry about that. Desperately trying to get him to the finish line. Ten of Wands. This chaotic situation that they're in, chaotic messaging, chaotic plan, desperately trying to get it to the finish line. All the little kidneys and livers on there. Are they kidneys or livers? I mean, he's got that swelling in the abdomen, which is a real sign of kidney and liver failure. Sorry, sip of ginger lemon tea. Yeah, they're desperately trying to hold it together to get him to the finish line. Now, for them, the finish line is the midterms. Going to miss it by a mile, I suspect. And now I'm getting the cough. The challenge for them is all the ducks being lined up in a row and keeping something hidden. The genie will be out of the bottle, but they think if they can keep it all lined up in a row, that no one will be any of the wiser. Hate to tell them. Okay, because he's down. Four of Swords, because he is down. Not dead, but down. Four of Swords is the energy they're stewing in. In the past, you've got the Four of Cups. The medication is no longer working how it used to. The Star that came with the medication. It's just all too much, and the body is rebelling. Okay, let's see where this goes. The Seven of Pentacles, the inability to harvest his health. They can't keep him upright any longer. Literally, they'll ram him full of something, trot him out for an hour at the most. That's his absolute limit, is an hour. But that is failing. They can't do this anymore because it's not working. Okay. And they're going to lie their asses off about it. Yep. And they've hinted at that by putting out a pre-recorded interview, and also coming out and saying, oh, we had a meeting and he said this. Their Untrue Social is going to continue again with the carry on as if, but they're going to, it's just a lie. It is just a lie. Yeah, they have found themselves in this nightmare situation that they cannot escape from. Right, so we've got the Nine of Swords externally, Nine of Pentacles internally. This is about those who grift off the situation in this cage. They're trapped in this cage, and they've hooded and jessied the peregrine, so the message can't get out there. Oh gosh, can these cards get any worse? Well, we could get the Death card. The Hopes and Fears, the Five of Pentacles. There is no coming back from this. This is my moral, financial, and ethical corruption as well, but it's also about they can't get his health back to the position of where they can work with it. The outcome, the King of Cups, fleeing the scene. Okay, the Six of Swords. It can be flee on this card, but there's a lot in his cabinet who are Cups energy. They're water signs. So watch for them going on a trip. And then we've got the Star. The Star, it could be Fleon. The Star and the secrets being revealed. Because it could be Fleon as Starlink. Watch for if Fleon goes. But this is also anybody in his cabinet. Is Rubio a water sign? We thought they were the Star, but it's just becoming insane. The Hanged Man, the Knight of Swords, a harsh truth coming out. looking at overseas options, or waiting for the ship to come in, because you've got the Knight of Pentacles as well, the mercenary. Okay, rash action being taken while they try and get the mercenary ship in. Ooh, on the bottom you got the Fool card. Off the cliff. Off the cliff, the Fool off the cliff. Okay, now, something really interesting to do with this is that Mexico just passed the House resoundingly. I think it was 3-1 numbers, that elections can be annulled if there is proven foreign interference, which would basically dissolve the election results. Mexico. So watch that space. There are things happening around the world that are just really culminating. Okay. Will we see? Will they be able to get the orange felon? Will they be able to parade the orange felon again? Because literally since he come back from China, he's had Arlington for an hour, and that was a hideous thing to watch. And then they had the cabinet meeting for an hour 2 days later or something like that. So they've managed to get him upright and out for maximum of an hour. The cabinet meeting, they did not show him entering. He was not upright. He was in his chair when the media were oh gosh, look what's on. Oh God. Oh. Heart Event Tower. And then watch for the rats. Watch for the rats run with the Six of Swords. So they had him upright for an hour for Arlington. First event he actually, I think, was public for after returning from China, like fully public. And he was swaying. He was, I think his drugs peaked in for his actual talk, I think 20 minutes or something, but he was falling asleep during shadies and, oh, okay, right. What they're telling me, so Arlington, what they're telling me, came in, stood there, saluted like an idiot, couldn't hold the wreath. Somebody carried the wreath for him while he handsed onto it. Going up those stairs, took a break going up those stairs too, and then disappeared for about 10 minutes. I think he was getting sucked up, hyped up, shot up, yeah, Bindi, during that 10 minutes to get him through the next bit. He was then falling asleep while Kane and Kegs were doing their little yappy bits. He was falling asleep, and then it all pumped in. And he stood up and he did his little yappy bit, and then they dragged him off. So it was literally 2 15-minute episodes where they got him functional. Then a couple of days later, they had the cabinet meeting. He was already sitting when the cabinet meeting started. Oh God, everyone looked as bored as buggery too. Speaking of bored, apparently an audit was done of the Board of Peace. Their bank account, empty. So what did it cost them? $1 million or $1 billion for each country to join the Board of Peace? But the bank account, empty. And it had all been transferred to a private JP Morgan account, apparently. Allegedly, entertainment only. But the cabinet meeting. Not well. Not a well man. So the media, he was already sitting when the media was trotted in. He was sitting while the media was trotted back out again. End of an era as I split the deck. Okay, so are they going to be able to trot out Come on down. You can watch me shuffle to see that I really, really, really do. It's just, oh gosh, what did I see there? The moon and the devil. Oh dear. The moon, the lunacy, the secret's being revealed. Isn't it full? Is it full moon tonight? And the devil energy, the addiction, chained to the addiction. Okay. Let me put those there like that, and I shuffle this way. It's such a fat deck, I can't poker shuffle them as it is, but let's have a look. Oh, star in the world. His star is at an end. Okay, I'll just put them together. See how we get this done, and then I'll shuffle. Are we going to see the Hanged Man? It's all very telling. And the Tower. Do you need me to even go any further? The medication is not working. You've got the Hanged Man, you've got the Tower, you've got the heart event. Oh, there's the moon, there's the Fool, there's the Star, uncharted waters. They will probably try and trot him out again with that Nine of Wands, but it's a wishful. The elixir is not working any longer. It's going to be given it, but actions will have consequences. If anything, and there's that Two of Wands there. There's the Hermit and there's the Tower. They will try. The only cards that are half decent there are these two. They will try and trot him out, but he is going to look so bad, propped up, tempted, trotted out, that it's like, everything's fine, see, everything's fine, but the genie is going to be so out of the bottle. So yeah, they'll try. It's almost like one more time they'll try and get him out there, and he will be so bad that they have to admit defeat, and then the panic sets in. Okay. Not like there's not panic already. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Love to you all. Take care. Look after yourselves. Bye-bye.